I'm dietitian Ashley Koff. Thanks for popping on over to my kitchen. And here at my kitchen table, I have some great products and food ideas for you today. One of the topics I wanted to tackle, I get this question all the time. What if I want to eat less animal protein? How can I make sure that I'm getting the protein that my body needs? Well, the first thing to think about is, how do animals get their protein? Interestingly, they eat a lot of plants, and that's exactly what we need to be doing too. So today I'm going to tell you what you absolutely have to get. There are what we call essential amino acids. They are the building blocks of protein. So when we bring those essential amino acids into our diet, when we bring them into our body gets what it needs to make proteins, and that's important for our muscles, our hormones, etc. There are 9 essential amino acids. That means that we have to get these amino acids, these protein building blocks, in through our diet. So I'm going to go through them really quickly, as well as give you some quick, easy food ideas. So the first ones, they're 2 together, histidine and phenylalanine, and we can find those in tofu. So how do you eat tofu? Well, when you're eating tofu, make sure it's organic, just like it is here with the wildwood. This is sprouted for easy digestion and great taste. You could have it firm, soft, however you want it. Here, we're going to move over to number 2, isoleucine, and that is quinoa. How many of you are eating quinoa because you knew it was a great source of protein, but did you know that it was delivering that very important amino acid? Here, grab it in a delicious ancient grain Pure Bar. Then we'll move over to hemp seeds, and hemp seeds are a really important source of several essential amino acids, but the one that I'm going to highlight here is leucine. Leucine you can get in by making, you can use your protein powder to make different proteins. You can sprinkle hemp seeds on top of salads. I travel with these. I like to mix them with a little bit of honey. It's delicious. So moving on, did you know that mushrooms are a source of amino acids? That's right. Mushrooms actually provide you with protein. And did you also know that there are actually great ways that you can get mushrooms in really easily? For example, you could get it in with this bar, an on-the-go bar. I actually will grind up or crumble up some of these dried mushrooms and put them into my smoothies. And I also use them in when I make veggie burgers at home and that sort of a thing. And so here we're getting a great source of lysine, another essential amino acid. Moving on, sesame seeds and Brazil nuts. So my nutso, one of my absolute favorite nut butters, and sesame seeds, which you can toss onto anything, are going to give you methionine. They're also found in pine nuts, so if you love to have pesto, you'll get it there. In our beans, we know beans are a great source of protein, but red beans in particular, the small little beans that we have here, we can get it in a bean dip. I love these particular bean packages because they're not canned, so super portable and we don't have to worry about any issues there. Here we're getting threonine, and threonine is another essential amino acid. Kale. I bet you didn't know that when you're eating that great green kale that you're actually getting amino acids. That's right, there's a little bit of protein in your kale. Here from Earthbound Farms, I have frozen organic kale. Always make sure your kale is organic. That's a qualitarian must. And have that, you can put it into a smoothie, you can make a scramble from it, you can saute it, so many different things to do with kale, and we'll get a great source of that tryptophan. So no, you don't have to eat turkey, you can just eat your kale. And then we come over to the final. Again, I've got my nutso, which here I'm highlighting that has almonds in it, and in addition, I also have some great flavored almonds. Almonds are a source of many amino acids, but we get valine there, another important essential amino acids. So that's it. Enjoy all these great foods, and you'll be getting everything that your body needs. You can have them on Meatless Monday, or you can have them anytime during the week. You're going to get your protein needs met.
What's up, everybody? This is Maddie Moon with another segment of Minute with the Moon. I'm here today with Dr. James.
Hi, Maddie.
How you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm so happy to be here. And it's funny, before we started this today, we were thinking about, you know what? This whole protein thing is so interesting. It brings up a lot of things for people. Whether you're an athlete or someone who just enjoys protein, it brings up a lot of stuff for us. How do we do it?
Yep, exactly. And we're kind of curious to know, what's the difference between plant-based protein and a whey protein? A lot of athletes just drink whey protein, but there's a lot of benefits behind plant-based protein.
There really is. And I think it comes down to a couple of things. You have to ask yourself, what's your goal? Is your goal just to get huge? If your goal is to get huge but not healthy, you know what? You can just kind of have any protein you want. You can be mainlining steaks all day. You can be mainlining, ice cream, which has a little bit of protein. But really, when you get right down to it, you have to ask yourself, what's my goal with the protein? Do I want to be lean and strong, but mostly I want to be healthy? And that's when I always say, you know what? If you want to be healthy, plus lean and plus strong, plant-based protein is really the way to go.
And plant-based proteins are very alkalizing in the body as well?
Yeah, they are. They are that way as well. They also have a rich complement of something that you know a lot about, Maddie. It's the branched-chain amino acids.
Yeah, and what are those?
You know, these are really the essence of what makes a protein healthy. And the more broad variety of these branched-chain amino acids, they really deliver on the promise of building a strong, lean, highly functioning muscle. And you can get those both in whey protein, which is a very strong favorite of a lot of bodybuilders and knockdown, drag-out, heavy-duty athletes. But people now, including a lot of bodybuilders, really big bodybuilders and people who are professional athletes, they know the benefits of going with branched-chain amino acids coming from a plant-based source because of the health benefits in the lean calorie side of this as well, without all those fats that can be associated with a lot of the animal-based proteins.
Yeah, and what about digestion? Do you digest this kind of protein? Be strong, for example, any kind of difference between like a whey protein?
You know, there used to be a time when, here's a beautiful thing. I say technology, not in the sense that we've manufactured plant-based proteins to now be more efficient, but there's been a way that they've actually known how to actually take the beneficial proteins out of a grain, such as a brown rice, or of a legume, such as peas, to literally extract the protein without bringing in other things along with it. So the efficiency that we can digest and then assimilate and put that protein to work has gone up exponentially over the last just few years. So now you really can deliver on that promise. You get something you can digest really, really well without the side effects of feeling like I just had a whole bunch of plant-based protein and now I want to take a nap. You don't want to take a nap. You want to feel like you're going to go out there and crush your day.
Exactly. And my last question for you about this kind of protein, plant-based, is heat affecting it at all? Like, if you want to cook with this kind of protein and you want to make a baked good or something and it's exposed to a lot of heat, will that break down the protein in any kind of way?
That is such a great question, because a lot of the ideas here around about proteins, that I love to keep the proteins as cold as possible, because when we do add heat to them, they denature, they break down. They're not quite as quality as they used to be. But I like to say, you know what, if you're baking something like 350 degrees, like cookies, 20 minutes, it'll change some of the composition, but not like you're creaming it by putting it over open fire. But what I love to do, I'd say if I'm gonna have I make this breakfast, and I just told Maddie about this. I actually take my almond milk and I pour it over, like if I'm gonna make like an oatmeal or something in the morning, I'll actually mix it all together, my almond milk and coconut milk, then I pour it over my oatmeal. And then just mix it all together. So it's pretty strong as it goes in and stays strong throughout the whole meal. So I think, ideally you don't want to be overheating your proteins, but if you can do it a little bit just to get that enjoyment with like oatmeal or cereal or something like that, or a baked good now and then, it's pretty awesome to enhance protein that way with what I love to say. I make these amazing oatmeal cookies with dark cherries. And this is the kind of thing I like to do before bedtime. Because it's interesting, dark cherries have naturally occurring melatonin. You get the tryptophan, it's natural in the oatmeal. If you want something before bed, and the plant-based protein, that combination with an oatmeal cookie, my goodness.
Good.
And it really kind of helps the sleep chemistry to come in its own. But that's a different video, another story. So the bottom line is, plant-based protein has come a long way. And if you're looking for a nice upgrade from an animal-based protein, Be Strong and is the way to go.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
My name is Emma Andrews. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist and the national educator at VEGA. The advantages of a plant-based protein compared to a whey protein shake are clean, green, and easy. So what I mean by that is it's clean. There's no hormones or antibiotics that you might otherwise get from a whey-based protein. It's green because it's more sustainable, so it's better for your body and the environment. It has a lower carbon footprint to create a plant-based protein than compared to raising cattle, for example, for a whey-based protein. And the last element is it's easy, meaning it's easier to digest. So if there's any indication of a dairy sensitivity or lactose intolerance, this can impair how well you digest and absorb the nutrients. So keeping it easy to digest means less bloating, less gastrointestinal side effects, and meaning you get a better net energy gain from foods that are easy to digest. You literally are what you absorb.
National Nutrition Expert Product Info. Educational, exciting, naturally. Whey protein isn't a good way for you? Shake up some smooth vegan protein instead. Often sourced from hemp, soy, pea, or rice, vegan protein can give you 25 grams of protein per scoop and is most often sweetened with natural stevia. Vegan protein is recommended by health educators Sam Gracie, Kathy Smart, and Peggy Katsopoulos as a convenient, delicious, and effective way to boost your plant-based protein intake.
Protein makes a hormone called glucagon, and glucagon balances insulin. Insulin comes from eating carbohydrates, grains, sugars, vegetables, and fruit. So when glucagon and insulin are balanced, we're hormonally balanced. We're firing on all 8 cylinders. We have dynamic energy, we have motivation, creativity, enthusiasm. We're at the top of our game. As soon as we eat our protein and it sends a message to produce glucagon, glucagon basically says we're full, we don't need to overeat.
Protein is important for many different aspects of what makes us a healthy human being. It's important for immune function, healthy brain, to be alert and active each day. It's great to repair muscle. It helps us grow strong and keep us very productive as a human being.
Whey protein is not good for everyone. Different body shapes and different blood types and different genetic makeups are so unique and so different that whey protein is not something that's good for everyone.
There are many people who have different sensitivities. Sometimes we don't know what our sensitivities are. We just know when we eat or drink something we might not feel so good.
The other thing is if you're not someone who digests dairy very well, this can actually inhibit the amino acid absorption, which is what's really important for rebuilding new muscle tissue.
With vegan protein, if you're looking for results by taking a protein supplement, you're going to get the same results with a vegan protein as you are from a whey protein. So don't shy away from a vegan protein if you don't think it's going to give you the same results, because it will.
depending on what you're training for, will actually impact the amount of protein that you need to take in during a day.
Women must have 20 grams of protein at 3 meals a day, and men a minimum of 30 grams of protein at 3 meals a day.
If you're an endurance-focused athlete, you could be taking in about 1.2 to 1.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you're a strength-focused athlete, you might be going upwards of 1.4 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
There's a lot of great benefits that people are talking about. These include being satiated or staying fuller longer throughout the day.
How easy to digest it is. So oftentimes people are more inclined to reach for a protein that they feel better off of, and it's not just the taste, but it's also how they feel, and that digestion factor, less bloating, less irritation in the digestive system, means that they feel much better, and the growth of the muscle tissue can also happen more effectively without that inflammation in the digestive system.
They feel like their energy has been improved, they have more energy throughout the day, they start to lose weight, they start to feel better, they have better workouts, their thinking ability even is improved just because they're getting such clean nutrition that it actually even helps clear your mind and focus better.
Genuine Health has brought a very unique protein powder. It's a fermented vegan protein powder. Vegan ensures that it's from non-animal sources. It's from beans and peas and seeds. It's natural, it's easy to digest, it has a complete profile, all the amino acids that you require in a protein to be absorbed to build muscle tissue, as we would with animal protein.
We have 6 sources of plant-based protein in our KAIZEN vegan protein. We use hemp, chia, brown sprouted rice, quinoa, potato, as well as pea protein. You can use KAIZEN vegan protein many times throughout the day. You can take it in the morning as a meal, in a morning smoothie. You can take it post-workout as a recovery, and you can also enjoy it before bedtime if you're hungry.
An amazing alternative to whey protein is ORGANIKA VEGE-PRO, which is a plant-based protein that uses 3 different sources of plant-based protein. So the first one is hemp, which is an incredible source of protein, organic hexane-free brown rice, and the hemp is organic as well. And you won't believe this, but mushrooms. It's actually, VEGE-PRO is a mushroom protein blend made from 8 different mushrooms.
VEGA 1 is an all-in-one nutritional supplement that encapsulates a plethora of different supplements. So it has your protein, it has plant-based protein, it has all your greens, omega-3s, probiotics, antioxidants. So it has everything that you would take in a day, all your vitamins and minerals, everything you would take in a day, all encapsulated into one product. So it makes it really, really easy to ensure that you get all your nutrients in a day.
One of the advantages of using a protein supplement like the Vega Sport Performance Protein is that it's easy to digest, especially post-workout when your stomach just isn't ready for necessarily a solid meal. Something in a liquid format that's easy to digest, particularly a plant-based option, can mean the absorption of those amino acids, crucial for recovery, is an even easier process on your body.
Vegan proteins are
Amazing.
Necessary.
so important.
Delicious.